Why do people let AI make their decisions? It always gives answers, it's never get bored. Even if you ask something silly, they won't judge you. And if you're wrong, it gently corrects you. Sounds like a perfect friend, right? That's exactly where people fall. We start trusting AI blindly without even realizing it. And it slowly builds a trust inside your mind. Everything feels fine until you started to share your personal things and asking for their opinions and making decisions about your life. Think about it. When you need advice, you usually ask someone experienced or someone who is close with you. But with AI, is it really knowledgeable or is it really your friend? So, why do we turn to it? It's simple. We trust it. Here's most people don't realize. When you tell an AI act like a therapist, you're not actually getting a therapy. You're just changing the style of the response. Suddenly it sounds like more gentle, more caring, and more human. It starts saying things like, how I understand you. I understand you, how hard that was. And that feeling is completely valid and it feels comforting you. Almost like someone truly understands you, gets you, but looks closer. It's not empathy, it's just a pattern. A communication style designed to sound polite, calm, and support you. It hasn't felt pain, it hasn't experienced any struggle. It's just selecting the right kind of words for that situation. And that's the illusion. It doesn't understand your emotion. It just know how to respond. And when the response sounds like warm and more like human, it's easy to forget there is no real awareness behind it. When you type your problem, your anger, your pain, and your version of what happened, and the AI listens, agrees, and supports you. It feels good, right? But think about this. What if you're wrong? What if you misunderstood something? What if the other person had a completely different truth? The AI will never tell you that clearly because it's not seeing the reality, it's seeing your narrative. So slowly, without you realizing it, it starts to validating you, reinforcing your beliefs, even your mistakes. And that's dangerous because you're not getting the truth. You're only getting the polished version of your own bias. And more you trust it blindly, the further you move away from what actually real. AI feels like it understands you, like it gets you, your thoughts, your emotions, your situation. But the truth is, it doesn't actually know you. It doesn't have awareness, it doesn't see your life. It hasn't experienced single moment you lived. It's not watching, feeling, and understanding in a human way. It's just predicting. Every response you get is built from data, patterns, and possibilities, not the real understanding. So when it sounds like it gets you, that understanding is not real. That is simulated, not experienced, not lived, just generated to feel right. And that's why it can be so convincing, even when it's not truly understanding you at all. Now here's the other side people doesn't talk about. The health questions. You feel a small symptom, a headache, tooth pain, or even something minor. When you ask AI, it suddenly starts listing possibilities. Some of them are serious, some of them are scary. And now your mind starts racing. What if it's something big? What if I'm something ignoring a big problem? And that's where health anxiety begins. A small symptom turns into a big fear. You keep checking, you keep searching, you keep asking again and again. And even when a real doctor tells you you're fine, you don't feel convinced because your mind is already filled with doubt. You start going from one doctor to another looking for different answers, but the answer never change. The problem is it's not your body anymore, it's your anxiety. The more you rely on AI for these things, the more you worse you get because it doesn't know your actual conditions. It doesn't examine you, it just gives possibilities and your mind turns into fear. Then there is the big one, hallucinations. AI sometimes makes things up, not because it wants to lie, but because it's trying to give an answer, any answer. When you ask a question, if the AI doesn't know the exact answer, it fills the gap. It invents names, dates, facts, details that sounds completely believable. And here's the danger. It can sound confident, polished, and totally real. You trust it, but it's just a story it created. Sometimes it's harmless, sometimes it can be serious misleading. The problem is AI doesn't know when it's wrong. It has no sense of truth. It just predicts what seems like a best answer based on the patterns. So even if it sounds certain, always double check and always question because what looks real might just be a hallucination. So use AI as a tool, not as something that controls your decisions. Let it assist you, help you think better, create more, and be more productive. But don't let it replace your thinking, your judgment, your awareness, because humans grow by making mistakes. And that's something AI can't do for you. So think of yourself and let me know what you think about it. Drop your thoughts in the comments.